time for me has come. Let me be the one that got away.
Welcome to the Bomber Clark channel, blur. Shinobi from the Brass Clark end, back again with another video. This is a bit of a life update that I'm giving. If you haven't watched the video I made previously, it's called Shinobi Went Back to Jail. I'll put it here, somewhere here, so you guys can go watch that. Just a bit more context to the situation, so it might not make sense for this video. So if you watch that, it's a quick video, and then come back to this one, it will make more sense. So basically, I went back to jail a couple months ago for a dumb recall, and obviously, if you watched that video, you know that I'm still dealing with some bullshit, some court proceedings and bollocks of that nature. So I basically got caught in 2 days, so I'm going to be getting sentenced. So I ended up pleading guilty, so there is a possibility that I could go back to jail. Custodial sentence is on the cards. It depends on the judge that I get and how he looks at my case. You get me? Obviously, that's the worst case scenario. The best case scenario is that I get a suspended sentence or a community order. If you don't know what a suspended sentence is, basically you get a specific amount of time that gets suspended. So you don't have to serve it. But for the duration of time, if you do anything else during that time, then you are liable to serve that in prison. But me, I've already made changes in my life. I've already completely left behind all the fuckery and all the bullshit that I used to get up to. And if you watch that video, you know that it took me a while to get to that point. I went through depression. I went through a lot of struggle and bullshit that forced me to wake up and see that there's nothing good to the life that I was living. You get me? No good could come out of it, and no matter how much money you make doing fuckery, yeah, there's no fulfillment in that. There's no fulfillment, and the amount of bullshit you have to go through is not worth it. It's not worth it at all, and it took me a long time to realize that, and I could only realize it by myself. So I had to take accountability for the bullshit that I've done. You get me? It's crazy, I've done so much fucking bullshit in my life. So much shit that I can look back on during my years. And it will come back to bite you, man. You get me? A lot of things you think won't come back to bite you, but the littlest thing could come back to bite you. And that's what's happening to me right now, man. But I handed myself in a long time ago, so I've been dealing with this shit for a little while. Since April, so around 4 or 5 months now. So I've been dealing with this shit for a long time. So it was something that I was prepared for. And I've been praying, you know. I am a man of God. I do believe in God. So I've been praying, man. You get me? It would throw a big span in the works if I went back to jail right now. Jail is a dark place, man. It's a very dark place, and it's not somewhere for people to prosper. Let's just say that, if that wasn't obvious enough. If I do go back to jail after I've made a change in my life, then that is what is on the cards for me, and that is what God has planned for me. And I will just have to ride that out and stay strong in there. Get me? The kind of man that I aspire to be, and I'm building myself to be, is not a man that can be easily influenced. So even if I do go back to jail, I will stand on my shit, and I will carry on living purposefully how I am as of now. I'll carry on banging my gym. I'll carry on eating as good as I can, even though it's terrible in there. And I'll wait for the day I come out and I'll be back on the same shit. You get me? And if I get a judge that is fair and looks at my case with all the added context, and he does not see fit to send me back to jail, then first of all, thank God. And I will carry on aspiring to be the man that I want to be. I'll be posting video every single day. Every single day I'm trying to post. Not trying. I'm trying to... Look, I'm getting rid of that word out of my vocabulary. I'm going to be posting video every single day. And I'm not going to waste time. That's one thing. People don't understand how valuable time is until it gets taken away from me. You see, I done 2 years in jail originally, around 5-6 years ago. I did 2 years in jail. And it's crazy, man. Just in 2 years, you might not think 2 years is a long time. But once you spend 2 years in isolation from the world, you realize how much time is valuable, man. Just so many things change. Just in 2 years, the amount of things that change, I felt like I came out to a whole new world. You get me? My nephew had grown so much older. I remember the first time he came to visit me. And I had already done like a year at that time. I remember him just being a little baby. And he comes in and he's all walking and running and that. And when I went to go hug him, he kind of like went back a bit. He was kind of taken aback. He was kind of scared. You get me? And that's the kind of shit that really hits you deep, man. If you do all this fuckery in the streets, you think it's cool, you think it's calm and that. You go to jail, and it's that kind of shit. Your own blood, your own nephew is scared. You get me? Now, granted, after a couple more times he came to visit me, he got used to it and he was coming to run at me and shit like that. You get me? But that kind of stuff stays with you. Either way, you're missing out on valuable time. I missed out on 2 years of my nephew's life, his early years. You get me? And that's something I'll never get back. Now, I know people who've missed their kids being born. My padmate, I remember we was in there while his son was being born. 5 o'clock in the morning, we was calling up, trying to see if he missed that. A lot of people missed that. There's some people that are riding life sentences without ever seeing their kid outside of jail. That's not something that can ever be taken lightly, man. So if you're a young nigga in these streets right now, bro, really think about what your future is going to be looking like. Because that's one thing I never thought about, my future. You only think about the present. You get me? Think about what your life's going to be looking like 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 10 years down the line, bro. What do you see yourself? Do you still see yourself in this shit? I know 30-year-old niggas that's still in this shit. And them man are done out here to me. You get me? Done out here, fam. Don't look up to them niggas, bro. Look up to the niggas that are young, that made it out of that shit, that came from the same place that you came from. Look what they done different, fam. You get me? Cause when you get to a place like me, where I've done so much fuckery, that I came out of jail, never worked a job, no experience. You think anyone wants to hire me, fam? You get me? Trust me, bro. But I'm not using that as an excuse. I'm still staying headstrong on the path that I've chosen. Whatever it takes, I will make it. And I will do what I want to do the right way. So we'll see what happens on Friday. I will give another update on that day. I'll try to record something before I go to court. And yo, if I get a chance to edit it when I come back, we'll see. If not, I'll have to see at the end of whatever sentence they decide to give me. But whatever they do decide to give me, I'm going to take it on the chin. Because that's what a man has to do. But yeah, Shinobi from the Ross Claw ends. Signing out.